Welcome to Salina Access TV. Bobby Potts Pilgrim with you. This is the Race Talk Show. We're actually live on location at Solomon Valley Raceway in beautiful Beloit, Kansas, Bobby. This is the 7th annual Chad McDaniel Memorial Race. Midget like crazy. Let me tell you. And Bobby, we got a great set of guests tonight. Go ahead and introduce them.
I was going to say we got to give a big thanks to Nate LaBarge for rounding these guys up. Of course, we got Chad Boat sitting next to you and Bryan Clauson sitting here, and we're going to visit for a little bit.
Chad, welcome to the program, guys. What do you think? First of all, what do you think about Beloit? I think you've raced here before.
Actually, this is my first time. First off, thanks for having me on.
Okay.
Excited to be here in Kansas, in Beloit, first time. Pretty small town, so it's going to be cool to see all the fans and from the local area come out tonight and support the event. Looking forward to running here. It'll be my first time here. So we had a good fortune last night. It's my first time in Jefferson County, and we were able to win, so we're hoping to do the same tonight.
Awesome. And I think that reference, Bobby and I had a chance to visit with you at the Midget Nationals in Belleville several years back under the bleachers. But thank you. Thanks for coming down and visiting with us tonight.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Excited to be here.
Brian, did you run over at Fairbury last night? How'd things go?
Yeah, it was a little bit tougher night than Chad had. He had it dialed in right from the beginning, but we had some engine issues there for a little while, and guys worked hard. We ended up actually having to go to a backup car before we even qualified. So we got out and started 13th in the feature and ended up running 4th. So it was a good recovery for us. It was a lot of fun. It was a tight little confines over there, but when things got to traffic, it was pretty exciting. So it was a lot of fun. I think they had a great turnout for their first event, which is really cool, and but excited about tonight's Chad McDaniel Memorial.
Never been over to Fairbury. Compare it to Solomon Valley here.
A lot smaller.
Is it smaller?
It's a lot
okay.
smaller. It's probably as close to Chili Bowl as we run on the outdoor side of things.
Really? Okay.
Size-wise, it was pretty small, but they did a great job with the track and gave us a couple different lanes. The bottom ended up being kind of preferred for the most part, but like I said, I went 13th to 4th. Actually, got to 3rd at one point and got a little greedy there at the end trying to race for 2nd. So certainly could move and make some different lines work. And I know Chad. I watched the highlights today. Chad ran all over to get to the lead. So I think they did a great job, and hopefully is another Kickstarter for another great week leading into Belleville.
Brian, I heard some things starting out the summer. Yeah, I heard some things. No, it's going to be
well.
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I heard kind of set a goal to run like 200 some shows this summer. Are you on schedule for that?
Goals probably.
Goals, okay.
It's dumb idea, but we're still doing all right. Last night was race 113, and
holy cow.
We're plugging along, obviously. When it comes down to it, there's only so many you can get to.
That's right.
And put on the schedule. So we've lost about 14 to rain. So if we can keep that similar through the second half, we'll be close. And it's been a lot of fun, traveling and racing, all different types of cars. It's probably been in 5-6 different types of cars throughout the year, and traveling all over the country and to different towns and some places that I hadn't been and seen before. So that was kind of the point of it was to get to have control of what I do and when I do it, and B get to some places that maybe I haven't had the chance to race just because of when you're chasing points, you're kind of locked in on a set schedule. So
right.
We've been able to kind of freelance a little bit and move around, and it's made for a fun summer.
Good.
What's been the highlight so far of the summer, Brian?
I don't know. I've been in a bit of a slump lately. June was by far the highlight. I would just say the whole month of June. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure how many races I won in June, but it was probably the best month of my career. In June, we won probably 12 to 15 races that month, and just had a really, really good 3-4 week span there where we were racing all the time. But it's been a lot of fun. Just getting to different places and coming to some places that like Beloit here, where the communities come out and support the events. That's neat to see, and as race car drivers, it makes it fun for us when we look up there and see how the stands are packed.
You guys, of course, both in the midget, and both of you have run other series. I know, Chad, you've been in the Xfinity Series, and you've also run in the Truck Series. And why do the midgets, seem to be a stepping stone? Like Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart's come out as some midget shows. Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, I
what's
think
with the midgets?
the stuff you learn in a midget kind of applies to any other car you get into. They don't have much power comparable to a sprint car. They're light, so you got to keep your momentum up. They're very momentum focused, and any car you get into at any level, the more momentum you can carry is the more speed, and that translates to lap time. So, I think it teaches you to race in tight quarters, kind of like last night. With lap traffic, you're wheel to wheel, and with one of these cars, you go over someone's wheel, you're going to turn over. It's not like you can just run into them. So it just teaches you a lot of good habits, momentum, tight quarters of racing, and I tell people there's nothing like running a midget. It's my favorite type of racing, and I'm excited to be here.
I've watched you for years down at the Chili Bowl. That's always a big event come wintertime. I always look forward to going down there and watching all the guys. And you've had fairly good success there, along with Bryan.
Yeah, we've had a couple decent runs. Haven't been able to get the Golden Drill like Bryan has,
That's
but
right.
We're working towards it. I think this year we're setting ourselves up to have a really good Chili Bowl. Running more often. The last couple of years, I've only ran just Paris and Chili Bowl, so you really only have one race to kind of get ready. And when Bryan's out here racing 200 times a year, no matter if it's a sprint car, midget, Silver Crown car, no matter what, he's just getting laps on dirt type tracks. So I think we're setting ourselves up for a good Chili Bowl, learning more about the cars, and I think we'll be strong when we get there.
Good. Bryan, take us through the month of May at Indy. How things go at Indy?
Yeah, things certainly were a little better this time around than last year anyways. Being back, and we were with Dale Coyne racing with Jonathan Birds, and third time there, third team. So it's always tough when you start from square one, and it seems like every year we decide to run, we end up having some new piece on the car or something that kind of sets the teams back to square one as well. But our program from day one was certainly a lot more comfortable for me. And we had a decent month, and the goal for the race was to finish all 200 laps and to run inside the top 20. And we had a little hiccup on pit road with about 50 to go, where we kind of caught an ill-timely caution and had a miscommunication with the fuel guy on what we needed to do, and that trapped us one lap down and kind of ended our hopes. But still ended up, I think, 23rd, which wasn't as good as we'd been running all day, but still was able to get to the end and have a solid run, and really, should have been on the lead lap, with how we ran. But that's the way things go. That's why they run the race.
So, take us back 3 years ago. What did you think when you got there for the very first time? And
well, it was actually 5 years, 4 years,
5 years,
4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
2012 when I ran my first 500. There's nothing that I can sit here and tell you that can, put you in the, give you that feeling. It's just, that place is special to anybody, any race car driver, but especially growing up, around Indy and being around it. And obviously, Chad probably would feel the same way, being growing up there with his dad, and that it's always best analogy I can give you is it's like Disneyland. There's just something magical about it. Even the days where the lines are long and it's hot and your favorite rides broke down, it's still hard to leave the place.
Wow.
So it's just it's a lot of fun, and then obviously race day there's nothing like it. It's largest single day sporting event in the world, and it's a lot of people.
Does it really feel like you're running over 200 mile an hour in the cars?
Yeah.
Stuff's got to go by.
Right.
Stuff's got to go by fast.
It doesn't feel like you're going 50. You're certainly moving it. Your body, your body's pretty amazing what it can do and how it adjusts.
You go through a lot of G-forces, I'm sure, in the corners.
Yeah, but your body adjusts to the speed and things like that, and it's a pretty wild thing.
I can't imagine. Stuff's got to be a blur when it goes by.
200 miles an hour, that's fast.
200 plus.
200 plus,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah, Well, race day is probably 238, 240.
Wow.
Qualifying, we're just over 240 into turn one, depending on the wind.
So, Bryan, if you had your pick of what you wanted to do next, what would it be?
I don't know. I mean, I've done just about anything you can think of. So, I've made
Jumped out of an airplane?
Well, no, but they don't really pay that well for that. So, I've done it all. So, I continue to do what I'm doing. I get to go to work every day and love what I'm doing. And, obviously, if you have the opportunity to go somewhere else and make more money racing, there's, that opportunity. But I've made a comfortable living now for a long time, racing the short track stuff. And, it's a lot of fun. And I guarantee you, anybody that's gone down there has had more fun doing this. It just the paychecks have a couple extra zeros down there, so it's it's a compromise.
Guys, we're here tonight for the Chad McDaniel Memorial Race, and then of course you guys are going to go on to the Belleville Midget Nationals. So the focus is on the midget. What's a race like tonight? What's it mean to you guys? I mean, kind of honoring a guy that's gone on before us and a great guy. I don't know if you guys met Chad before or not, but really good racer. So what's a race like this mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to know him, but I did get to race with him a couple times, so it's definitely special. Any race where you're honoring someone like that it's a special event. So we're going to go out there, put on the best show we can for the fans, and try to put on a race that he would like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we're a big family, and when you lose one of your family members, it's tough. And obviously, this race is a great way to pay tribute to him, and the whole town comes out and supports it. So it's cool to see that, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. And they've done a great job building this event from day one, and it's always a lot of fun to come here.
Thanks so much. I know tonight you're focused on here. Good luck, and maybe we'll see you guys down the winner's circle. One of you.
Thank you.
Hope so.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.